Hello and welcome to Phoenix Protocol. This is the accelerated course collection for number 1, authorization. Be sure to check out number 2, authentication, and number 3 on allocation. Thank you so much for being here and enjoy the course. Today, we are installing your permanent insurance policy against chaos, defining essential coding terms, and grounding your core unique identity. Your mind is a battlefield. We're debugging the mind because you need mind, body, and soul. So first, let's define some of the core coding concepts. The proper code is going to be the most succinct term that does not need context to define. So for your unique operating system, you will use your name. And that is how you authenticate yourself. Then we have the physicality, the body, which the proper code is Earth. Then we have the universal operating system, which the proper code is God, because it refers to the specific universe that we are in and does not need any context to define. If you want to get the best results and have efficient coding, you need to use the proper terms. It makes it succinct, clear, and it connects you properly. When you have direct connection, it eliminates all of these viruses, false authentications, and confusion. This is very important because security is crucial. We do not want anything outside of your unique operating system tampering with your connection. Your mind is a combination of body and soul, and that is your unique operating system, your name. The universal operating system, God is representing the soul. You connect to the universal operating system, God, and you validate by saying your name. The only way to eliminate bad code is to go directly to the universal operating system by using the proper coding term of God and using your name, which is your unique operating system, and then also using Earth to represent the code for the physicality, mind, body, and soul. You can be the best person in the entire universe and have other programs interfering with your authentication so that the universal operating system is wondering why, and it creates confusion on both ends. To get proper connection, secure connection, you have to use the proper coding terminology. It's very simple. Part of the security is the fact that only you can know your unique operating system. Uniqueness is by design for your own security, your own safety, and your own connection so that it is unbreakable. If anyone understood your unique operating system fully and completely, they could hack and imitate it. They could be authenticating themselves as you and be rewarded for your good actions and intentions. You are so uniquely coded and one of a kind that you have to have self-knowledge to grant yourself full user access to your own operating system that is uniquely you, and the code term for that is your name. And once you have that self-knowledge, it grants you your user access to your own system. Your destiny is activated, your purpose is activated, and then you tune in, you authenticate with God. And God says, oh, there you are. I've been wondering who to attribute all of these good actions and positive intention. And I thought it was you, but I haven't heard you authenticate, so I couldn't confirm. Now that I can confirm and I see that you're using universal energy properly, I'm going to bestow more upon you because I see that you are in alignment with the proper way to use this energy. You must know yourself in order to grant yourself user access and then authenticate within the system. So know yourself. Focus on your mind more than anyone else's. You're with it 24/7. As long as your intention is good, you using your name, knowing yourself, having your user access, and using the proper code of the universal operating system, God, to re-authenticate yourself, you will ultimately be okay. Protection is your intention. So as long as your intention is always good, you will be able to re-authenticate with the universal operating system and become back in alignment. You are very powerful. Your goal here is to use power efficiently. Your desire here is to live out your purpose and your destiny, which you can only do by using energy efficiently. It's by design. So some examples, what can bad programming look like so that you can start to identify it? One example would be a controller. They're going to treat you like a remote, pushing your buttons. They're also going to use little tricks like illusionary choices. So they might say something like, oh, if you eat an M&M today, you're going to have a bad day. And then you eat an M&M and then they treat you very poorly. And so you do have a bad day. That's an illusionary choice because if you didn't eat the M&M, they were going to treat you nicely and you would have a good day. And you would think that they had some sort of mystical knowledge about M&Ms and how they were going to affect you. That is an illusionary choice. It's a trick question to gain power. That's an example of a controller. You are not a remote. You are not a remote. Do not let them push your buttons to use your power. And think about that metaphor of a remote, right? It has a battery inside of it. When you push the button, it drains a little bit of that energy. And the remote did not push the button. Something else pushed the button. You should be directing your life. You should be using all of your energy for your destiny, for your purpose. So again, make sure your connection is secure by using the proper coding terminology. Know yourself so that you have user access. Keep regulating your firewall. So what's another example of a bad program? You see them furrow their brow and get extremely upset. And then almost out of nowhere, they will interrupt the conversation and talk about something that's slightly related, but not so much, and go over and over and over. That is an example of a thought looper. There are many other examples. It's just recognizing bad programming. So recognize these two, controllers and loopers. It's a very easy place to start. Now, there are other ways your resources can be poorly used. And one of the ones that you have tons of control over is gossip. Gossip steals your most precious currency, which is your attention and your resources, using your mental and emotional energy. Oftentimes, it's about someone or something that really isn't in your world. So the fact that you're giving them attention and allocating your resources towards it is very detrimental to the power that you have towards your purpose and destiny. Today, you want to plug that leak, instantly increasing your available power for your own destiny work. Gossip truly is an energetic wormhole. People draw power from other people. It creates narratives that start from a single seed and become an all-encompassing forest. And often there's back and forth of trying to figure out what the truth even is. It's such an infinite drain. The best thing to do is not engage in any way and conserve your power and consolidate your resources towards your destiny and purpose. Successful people rarely gossip because they are protecting their most valuable asset, which is their time and attention and emotional and mental energy. Believe it or not, money and physical things is not as valuable as that. The most valuable thing in your possession is your mental and emotional energy. Successful people guard that with their life. They rarely gossip. It is a drainer. A drainer. It is people who have not tapped into their root user access and are not securely connected to the universal operating system of God, and they are clearly out of alignment with their purpose and destiny, because absolutely no one's purpose and destiny is to create false narratives That is a bad program. False narratives are a bad program. Again, false narratives are a bad program. Participating in gossip is a thief. It steals your energy. You can think as much as you want that gossiping about anything is good for you. It just is not. It's a secret thief of your energy. It doesn't even matter if you're talking about something good or bad. If it's not something that's part of your world, it does not have any use in your life. It is not positive and it is not necessary for you to know. And last but not least, you don't even know if it's true or not. That is taking your most precious currency, which is your mental and emotional energy. It is very important that you stick to your destiny, your purpose by having your secure connection, knowing yourself and having your root user access, protecting your firewall, and stop draining actions of gossip or engaging in gossip because it is taking you out of alignment. It is not allowing you to consolidate your resources. And it is taking your most precious currency, which is your mental and emotional energy. Please understand that false narratives and gossip are a form of bad programming, and it's one of the most massive drains that we have right now as a collective. And you can do your part by not engaging and reconnecting to your own destiny, your own purpose. And you are going to be so happy that you did because you are stepping out of a forest that was created from a single seed. And you are now going into your path and you are out of there. So these are bad programs that are constantly reinvigorated by our collective, bringing it to life the worthiness monster saying you aren't worthy of anything, which works in tandem very well with the abandonment monster saying, well, you've been abandoned, which is why I like to talk about them together. The worthiness monster goes on and on, asking yourself terrible things. Let me tell you the trick with this one. Those questions it's asking you, they're never ending because they're not based in truth. So if there's anything saying, there they go again, see, you're not worthy of this, that's absolutely not true. You are worthy. You are worthy. And then the abandonment monster is saying, well, you've been abandoned. That's not true. You don't have to be a part of an atmosphere of bad programming. You do have a dualistic system supporting you, and you are your own unique operating system, which is the mind that combines the two. You have God, the universal operating system, and Earth, the physicality and the body. Yes, you can experience abandonment, but does that mean that you have constantly, every single moment of your life, been abandoned? Absolutely not. You are connected to the universal operating system, which through your positive intention and action wants to give you programming power and authenticate you within the system to live your destiny and purpose. Do not feel like you have been abandoned, especially if you have not had a secure connection using the right coding terminology of God, the universal operating system. If you have not had proper root user access by knowing yourself, which only you can, and you haven't been maintaining your firewall by recognizing the bad programs and maintaining your positive intentions. Start to recognize my intention is good. I am connected. I actually have a support system and I'm strong. So I am going to live my purpose and I am going to live my destiny. So when you start performing your unique talents and gifts, you authenticate yourself, then you get authenticated within the universal operating system. Now you've been validated. Now you get more programming power because you're being responsible and you're using the power properly. Here we are. Your goal is to live your destiny and your purpose. You get more and more of the operating system's power by authenticating yourself, not harming. That puts a drain on the system. Using your energy efficiently, and living with good intention. And now we need to anchor this in, okay? So you know your unique operating system, code word, your name, and you know the term for the physical body, code word, earth, and you know the proper coding terminology of universal operating system, code word, God. Welcome to your mind, body, and soul. Now that you have root user access by knowing yourself, you have made a very strong firewall by recognizing bad programs. You do need to have patience. We are in a reality of time. You are authenticating. You are living with good intention. You are using your energy efficiently. You get the energy from the operating system when you use your gifts and talents through inspiration, ideas, positive intention, and that is how you become in the flow. You need to give God, the universal operating system, time, because the more and more you authenticate, the more you validate, the more God is putting you on that path to be in alignment with your destiny and purpose. You need to give time. We are in a place of time. Everything's the present moment. Be present. That is where you get good karma. Your mind has the potential to earn good karma in the present by not having any bad programs. Work on those thought loopers. Work on those controllers. Work on that worthiness monster. Work on that abandonment monster. Work on no more gossip. Okay? Help the universal operating system have more processing power and use the processing power and the energy that you are being given effectively through your gifts and talents. And that could just be having a good day. And give time. Intention is everything. You will be brought into alignment with your destiny and purpose. The system needs to validate, it needs to trust. If you have not used the proper coding terminology and you have not known yourself and had root user access, you are going to have to build a system of validation and trust and authentication there. It will happen. So give time. Have patience. You are doing such a great job. Congratulations on finishing the Phoenix Protocol. I am so proud of you. This is really the core concepts here. I purposely did that very simple. There's no gatekeeping. I love you very much. It's very simple here. Keep it simple. Take care of yourself. You are a blessing. You are a blessing. And tune into the gravity that is you. You're your own star, and you always will be. And you are unique. Knowing yourself is the greatest gift. And the fact that only you get to know that is incredible. Let your inspiration flow. Tune into everything that you are. It only happens once in a lifetime, and that's your lifetime. Congratulations. I love you very much. You have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining. There you have it. That is the accelerated course collection for number 1, authorization. Be sure to check out number 2 on authentication and number 3 on allocation. Thank you so much for joining the Phoenix Protocol and have a beautiful day.